Hi there. Today we're going to talk about attraction. What are you attracted to? And I'm not talking about tall, dark, and handsome. Did you know that we are unconsciously attracted to what is familiar because it feels safe, even though it isn't? We are often, so if we grew up with a parent, caregiver that was emotionally unavailable, we will be attracted to people who are not emotionally available to us. If we grew up in chaos, uncertainty, we will search that out again because it's familiar. If you grew up with someone being very critical or judgmental, your parents, caregivers, you often choose a partner who is critical of you. So it's really important to understand this. And I'm going to give you a really powerful tool to identify what you are attracted to and then work on healing and integrating those parts of yourself and stop searching out what seems familiar, all right? Why do we do this, you ask? Well, because we're little children in this adult body, and our experiences in our formative years shaped us, shaped who we are, how we see the world, how we see love, relationships, success, all the things, right? And so that we developed our sense of self when we were little. And it's all we knew growing up. So like I said, if chaos was something you knew, that feels familiar and safe to you, even though it's not. So we have to understand this. So what often we do when we are attracted, it's an unconscious level, but what we're trying to do, this little child within, is to rewrite our story, to create a different ending. And I want to explain, for me, my ex, his love was very uncertain. It was very push and pull. It's kind of elusive. And I didn't understand at the time. It was so painful. Now I was attracted to it because it was familiar, but it was so painful. And this little girl within wanted to rewrite my story. It was very similar to my father's love. I wanted to rewrite that story. I wanted to change his love. I wanted him to fight for me. I wanted him to show up for me, and he couldn't. So what I was doing is I was recreating the familiar pain that I knew growing up. Yet, on an unconscious level, I was trying to heal it and recreate my story, write a happier ending to my childhood. So that is what we do. So there's a powerful tool that we can use to understand our relational patterns and what we are attracted to. So I want you to take out your journal. You can do this now, or you can do it later, but I want to walk you through it. What we do is write down the qualities of our caregivers, our mother, father, male, female figure in our life, in our upbringing. You write down in one column the good qualities. And then you write down, and I hate to say bad, but okay, the bad qualities, the human qualities, the shadow qualities that we all have. Write them down so your mind can be witness to these qualities that you are unconsciously attracted to. And then look at your past partners and begin to circle these qualities that you keep being attracted to. Look at them and you will be able to identify your relational patterns. Like I said, I was searching out that emotionally unavailable person because it was familiar, and that is what I got. And now I've done this work to heal this little girl within, where I'm in a very healthy, loving relationship. So identify what you're attracted to, those qualities, all right? And then you'll see your relational pattern. And then where do you go from here? All right, I'm going to tell you, but at least you now have identified your pattern, so that is not what you're going to look for going forward. It's now you've made the unconscious conscious. The next step to really help and integrate those parts of ourselves, it is our responsibility to reparent ourselves as adults. And so you become that divine mother and father to yourself. So a beautiful practice, and when I was first doing this work, I would do it every night, lay in bed, just hands on my heart. I would think about my day, think about moments where I felt unsafe, unsure, moments where I felt happy, moments where I felt insecure, whatever it was. And I would just kind of go through my day. And then I would tell myself what I needed to hear. Like you would speak to a child. You did great today, sweetheart. I see you. You're amazing. You're smart. I've got you. You're safe. I've got your back. You can do this. right? And you tell yourself, that little person within, what they needed to hear. And then you begin to integrate those parts of yourself that weren't met as little children. And then you begin to heal that part of yourself, that little child within that is searching out the emotionally unavailable person or the chaos, because you start to take care of yourself and integrate, as I said, those parts of yourself. You stop searching for it out there in another, and you give it to yourself. And then you begin to heal, and you begin to change your relational patterns. Because remember, the relationship that you have with yourself is the most important relationship of your life, because it is reflected in all things. And we are still searching out there for our happiness, for our fulfillment, and it has to start here. So identify your relational patterns. Make the unconscious conscious, realizing that you are looking for what is familiar because you think it's safe, even though it isn't. And you give those aspects to yourself, to that little child within. So then you, when you're looking for a partner, you are so clear that you are not looking for those good, bad qualities. You get to then decide how you want to feel in relationship, the kind of partner that you want to draw in. You are consciously choosing your partner rather than unconsciously trying to rewrite the story of your past. So I hope this helps. It's a really powerful practice, being that divine mother and father to yourself. First, identify your relational pattern, and then break that relational pattern so you can find the love that you so desire and that you're so worthy of. All right, hit that like button, subscribe, follow along for more love and relationship advice. But remember, the relationship you have with yourself is the most important. So be good to yourself today.